Because of the censorship on this platform, we cannot upload the full video here. It is already up at gailofgaia.com. You will notice some changes are being made to the website. Part of these changes are so we can distance ourselves from this platform. If and when they go down, our videos may be lost forever. Free range with Gail of Gaia is at a critical juncture at this point in time. It is your donations that keep free range going. Here is a short clip from Gail's chat with Drake Bailey.
What if you got a crooked chief of the FBI, like, for example?
Well, that's
didn't
what I'm
Ray?
saying. Crooked chief will say, "Oh no, you can't say that." Or yes, I can. You're fired. See you later.
Ah,
Real
okay.
simple.
Like Ray hiding Biden's laptop for over a year.
Yeah, well, they're still they. Here's the thing about what's going on. Biden's laptop contains a load, and I mean a huge load of evidence that shows that there is corruption of the whole family. All right,
The Biden crime family.
yeah, you want to get into corruption. And what was funny, some of the federal judges and people that were in a position to do something about things refused to hear any evidence. Oh, if you're refused to be heard, well, what happened to First Amendment? What happened to the right of due process? Due process, well, is very, very, very strict. If you try to violate due process, they'll hand your goodies to you in a basket.
You know, and that's been happening in the courts a lot, and people don't even realize it because people don't know their rights anymore. They really don't.
It doesn't matter if you know them if they won't listen to you.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
I mean,
That's absolutely true.
You're screwed no matter what direction you go.
Yeah, especially the little guys.
Yeah.
So what's your answer, Drake? What's your answer?
Well, isn't your son in jail?
Well, yeah, I don't really want to discuss that.
Well, the question I have is, if I remember correctly, you talked to me about it, didn't he prove he was somewhere else?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then, listen to me.
And it's not guilty until proven innocent. That's what it boils down to.
Now, the only answer to all of this is very simple. I said take action. Now, I would suggest we start out with class action lawsuits, big ones. Everybody and their mother-in-law signing on to the thing, and take it to a judge who didn't act right the first time, and explain to the ding. Very simple. I'm gonna ring your birthday bell, or how about step down? How about relinquish your office? How about your violation of your oath of office is so extreme that you need to go? Now, you know what you're going to be told? And they're going to give you a one finger salute. They'll do it in a diplomatic fashion. They'll use red tape, bureaucracy, or whatever else they can use.
Yeah.
However, here's the deal. When you enter objections to an individual's holding an office, doesn't matter who it is, anybody that has violated their oath of office, and you get it into the public record, they have a certain amount of time to reply. That's normally 72 hours from the time that you put it in there, okay? After you put it in there, you come back 3 days later and say, are you going to reverse these rulings that you made that were in error of the law? And the judge is going to say, who is this turkey? Who let him in here? Well, how about I let you out? And you hand the paperwork. There's 4 sheets, maybe 5, depending on the state. You put the paperwork in front of the judge, and you can either comply or we forcibly can remove you.
Boy, that takes some people that are willing to stand up and have some guts to be able to do that, because that unfortunately might take some veterans or somebody like that. But I'm going to tell you this. I happen to know, just because of what you brought up with my son, that there are a lot of people in there that are supposed to be innocent until proven guilty, and they've had them in there for years, and they're using the excuse now of the scamdemic as you can't get them to court fast enough.
Yeah.
You know, so they're violating their rights left and right in terms of time
I
frames,
thought,
in terms of everything. And I
well, I
don't
thought
see
they were
any.
supposed to turn them loose for fear that they'd get the disease.
Well, I know they're doing everything to keep their disease. That's another thing I'm going to bring up as long as you brought it up. The other thing that gives me a nightmare is those guys that are in that particular facility in Phoenix. If they have not been outside for a year, what about vitamin D? After a year, they give them a vitamin D supplement. After you're totally deficient, and they wonder why people might get sick in there. You know. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's a big factor in people's whether they contract the flu or a cold, so to speak, which, you know, has another name nowadays. But anyway, I'm done.
Yeah. Alex Jones addressed some of the idiots on the border down there when he was down there, and stipulated that they're so full of it, it hurts.
You
That
know,
they are mistreating. Now, wait a minute. They're mistreating people on the level of torture, as young children and whomever, in terms of internment, and they don't ever get a hearing. 99% of them are turned loose now without a court date. They don't have to have one, according to
well, the regular Americans, so they don't turn them loose, but they'll turn all the illegal immigrants loose. And I'm
now you understand. White people have lost enough of their own population that they didn't have what it took for the voting rolls to be packed. Okay. Bring in the black guy. Oh, hey, dude, we got you a job. How about this? We want your vote. That's all we want. And now
but after we got it, good luck.
Well, now the black people have wised up to a whole bunch of this stuff. No, this isn't me, right? But having some idiot in there like Biden doesn't help you. What you needed was somebody that would actually do something about things, such as Trump. There's a very big difference just in that.
And isn't it funny how they call him a racist?
Well, that's okay. He can be all the racist he wants. I'm racist against certain people, and I'll freely admit it. And I think that they ought to be dropped off by hook, crook, aircraft, or what. Don't even land. Just throw them out the door.
Doesn't have anything to do with the color of their skin, though, does it?
No, not a thing. It's white, black, yellow, brown, you name it. The group that I'm referring to are the fascists that have the moral imperative, their own personal, I'm righteous take on their existence, where they think that they are better than anybody else. If you're a working person or ever have worked in your life, you don't measure up. You don't, even if you got money, if you worked in your life, they don't have nothing to do with you. They will avoid you at parties and whatever. But the thing about this is that is squirrely and wrenching and disappointing and frustrating to me is I've been doing shows, my own as well as this and others, for quite some time, and I've been asking for action, and I haven't seen very much. Just now, and I mean in the last, this being Sunday, in the last week, and less than that, in the last few days, some people have decided to stand up and say something. And that gives me great hope that we may be able to rescue all this garbage and return ourselves to our freedoms and luxuries that we have had in the past. Now, there's one thing about this. The reason people are in whatever condition they're in primarily is because they decided to be exactly where they are. If you're digging ditches, that's what you've decided. That's what you have decided your labor is worth. It can be worth a whole lot more if the same amount of labor, such as the BLM movement. Oh, we're gonna. How about? Did you ever think that it might be possible that if you got that many people together, black, white, or whatever, you got that many people together, that you just might be able to tell the dummies who think that we are their property, that's our representatives, that we ain't your property. We will not comply. You need to do what we tell you.
In keeping with the long-standing tradition of bringing you the very best in information, entertainment, and health-related products, Free Range with Gail of Gaia is pleased to bring you the gold standard in CBD products and resources. Free Range has partnered with CBD Sedona, a full-service CBD resource for the best products and information available. Just visit cbd.gailofgaia.com. That's cbd.gailofgaia.com to learn how to support your health, wellness, complexion, and also support Free Range. CBD is no joke. It's a powerful addition to your wellness routine when accompanied by a consultation with a real CBD professional. Sure, you can find CBD at a smoke shop, hardware, or a grocery store, but can you get the valuable information on CBD use or the quality you can get from people where CBD is all they do? Probably not. Visit cbd.gailofgaia.com. That's cbd.gailofgaia.com today to learn more.